Hello to all of you. I'm Carmen, and I will say good afternoon, buona siwa, dobar den, dobar dan, buenos dias, ja potre, it's Hungarian, guten Nachmittag, and bonjour, all languages we have in our meeting, from friends to friends. Today, Victoria will make the moderation. Victoria is a colleague from ILEU, from the Danube-Networkers, and she is, for the first time, moderating this session. And Simon is the first time that he will make the technique. So many greetings from Leonard. He is not here this day. He is with his family outside, but Simon is very well prepared to do it. So, Vika, go on.
Thank you, Carmen, for your nice introductory words. Dear everybody, I very welcome you to our 9th Come Together session today. I'm happy to see some new faces, but also some of you have been with us from the start. As you know, or as you may know, my name is Victoria. As Carmen said, I'm part of the ILEU team, and I will be moderating the session today. As some of you may know, last time we couldn't make the session happen because of problems with Zoom, but right now the technical part seems to function very well. So we will be able to show you some acts that we planned for the previous program. With really thanks to our contributors for saying yes to perform today. But also we have some different contributions. So we will surprise you today with some program acts. So I will shortly introduce the program. First, Anna Gheaur will perform a traditional Romanian folk song that is called Rodica. It was written by Romanian poet Vasile Alexandri. Then Tomislav Milunov from Versac, Serbia, will present his volunteer group, young volunteers from the city, and the presentation is called It's Nice to Live for Others. The next program act is Dante. He will perform his own song, El Camino. Dante is coming from Mexico, but lives in Ulm, Germany. Then today, as some of you probably know, is the Day of Bulgarian Education, Culture, and Bulgarian Cyrillic script. Sevda Tsvetanova will present this day to us. The next program act is a traditional Romanian work song. It's called Canti Baden Cezatoare. It will be performed by Valeria Farkas from Cluj-Napoca, from Romania. Then Diana Atsoitai will make a very interesting presentation about Constantin Brancusi, Simplicity as a Principle. It will be... can you please mute people? Thank you. So it will be, it is also presented on our Kodanek website that we'll show you later. And the last contribution is the short musical canon, performed and guided by Siegbert Schlohr from Wangen, Germany. So now we go to our first contribution, Anna Gheaur, Rodica, traditional Romanian folk song. Anna, please begin.
Bonjour. Maintenant, je veux vous dire quelques mots sur cette chanson. Tout le temps, pendant la paix ou pendant la guerre, le village a été une source de tranquillité, de sérénité, de prospérité. Rodica est une romance après le vers du poète romain Vasile Alexandri qui présente une journée habituelle de la vie du village romain. Elle est une jeune fille qui porte un seau de l'eau fraîche pour les garçons qui travaillent sur le champ. Il le dit fleur de lis, symbole de la pureté. Dans la conviction populaire, un seau plein signifie une bonne journée. Les garçons le souhaitent d'être mariés au futur et d'avoir des enfants. Ils l'entourent avec des épis de blé, symbole de la prospérité du futur. Peut-être nous aussi pouvons nous inspirer par les valeurs du village, les ranimer et les garder intactes. Maintenant, la chanson. Purtând cofița cu apă rece, pe ai să-i pomeri albi rotunjuni, și una rodică voioasă trece pe lângă junii sămănători, și una rodică voioasă trece pe lângă junii sămănători. Ei cu grăbire îi ies în cale, zicând rodică floare de crin, din plin să-ți meargă vrerile tale, precum tu, dragă, ne ești cu plin. Din plin să-ți meargă vrerile tale, precum tu, dragă, ne ești cu plin. Să fii mireasă, să fii crăiasă, calea să-ți fie plină de flori, și casa casă, și masa masă, și sânul leagăn de pruncușori, și casa casă, și masa masă, și sânul leagăn de pruncușori. Cu grâu de aur ei o împresoară, apoi cofița întreagă beu, copila râde și-n cale zboară, scuturând grâul din părul său. Copila râde și-n cale zboară, scuturând grâul din părul său. Merci beaucoup.
Anna, thanks a lot for this beautiful song. You have a very, very beautiful voice. So as far, I sadly don't speak French, but this song is about a young girl, right? Who's going for a walk and thinking about her life. We will also share the text. Who is interested, the translation of the song we will share with you. We're coming slowly to our next contribution. I have to say that especially in times of crisis, like right now, it's very important to stay together and help each other. Luckily, there are really many people now who help others unconditionally and selflessly during this crisis as well. Sometimes it seems though that one person cannot change the world, but if we start small and act locally, we can make, I think, a big change. This is what Tomislav Milunov and his volunteer team from Versac, Serbia are doing. They're making a big change in their community. Please welcome Tomislav and his team with the presentation, It's Nice to Live for Others.
Hello, everyone. Please, can you put my presentation? Okay. Hello, everyone. Today, I will talk about humanitarian work of Versac volunteers. My name is Tomislav Milonov, and I'm a representative of volunteers. This project got the name, It's Nice to Live for Others. Next one, please. With the appearance of this dangerous virus, all struggle begins, and that is why the city organized a volunteer center. Here on these two pictures, you can see a call center that people call, and we go to the field or their houses, and a group of people on the second picture that is one part of volunteers. Next one, please. About 200 volunteers are involved in helping people who are isolated or have 65 or more years of age. We bought groceries, we bought medicines, pay bills and raise money for banking accounts. We also give people alcohol for disinfection and walk their pets. And during our work, we visit about 7,000 addresses. The next one, please. Here you can see pictures that we took during our work. It's important to show that volunteers are not just friends we became during our work, like family. Also, here you can see gifts that we get from people we visit. We get flowers, books, also we get chocolates, so it was very sweet. And we get, during our work, we get a lot of sweet things like big thank you and wishes of all best for our families, and that's the way they show us respect for our work and love. Next one, please. During the visit of Mr. Siman Babic, he told us his idea to write a book about our work. He is a director of a humanitarian foundation for human age, Laza Lazarevic from Belgrade. The book will contain our experience and the experience of people we visit during our work. Also, the mayor of Virtuelles will tell her experience and everything the city administration has taken over the fight against the virus. On this picture, you can see the team, editorial team, who will work on the book. Next one, please. The main goal of the book will be formation of voluntary and humanitarian center as a permanent institution. We want to city of Virtuelles became the first human and social local community, and we want to preserve a tradition in cooperation between elderly and young people, because it's nice to live for others. Here you can see my email address where you can send me your experience, and it will be good to share experience between each other. Thank you a lot.
Thanks a lot, Tomislav, for this nice presentation. We're also really happy to meet you, and really thanks for what you're doing. It's very important also for the civil society. It's a big job. How many people do you have in your volunteer center?
We have around 200 people in volunteering center.
And how do you attract people for the volunteer work?
We call our friends. We connect each other, and the city call on the social networks, and we participate in this job.
So it functions more or less like with Danube-Networkers, friends for friends. When we slowly start inviting our friends, then they invite their friends, and then there's a big network. That is very nice to know. To be honest, you inspired us for our own book or our own collection of experience. This is what I want to introduce very shortly right now. If some of you have interesting stories, poems, drawings, or some thoughts on the current Corona situation, you are welcome to share it with us in your language. We were thinking to make an online collection of stories or online book where we can collect stories on topics like how I defeated Corona, how I helped others, for example, how Tomislav, how he explained right now, what I did for my community, or how did the situation help me? Maybe I picked up a new hobby, or maybe this crisis taught me some important lessons. So anyway, feel free to share your stories. You can contact us for a story if you want to participate. And we think that the best stories will be honored and published in a print book. So feel free to contact us for it. I will go to the next act of today's sessions. It is Dante. He's coming from Mexico and lives in Ulm. He will present his own song that is called El Camino. Dante, you're welcome.
Well, guys, just I'm gonna do a brief testing. Let me know if the sound is okay or if I should.
Sure.
go?
Yes.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Dante. Maybe you want to say a couple of words about the song.
Not really. I'm not
Not
much
really.
of speaking about, let's say, the meaning of the songs behind. Sometimes there isn't even a meaning. It's just something you came up with. That's about it. So there isn't always that much to say that the song hasn't said its way already.
Okay, so let's hope that this, for us all, the song has said everything what was meant behind it. And right now we will travel a long way from Mexico to Bulgaria, and for a good reason, for a special holiday. Today is the day of Bulgarian culture, education, and Bulgarian Cyrillic script. Please welcome Sevda Tsvetanova from Ruse and her presentation devoted to this holiday.
So, as you can see, today is a very special day for Bulgarians and for some other nations as well, but mainly for Bulgarians. It's the day of the Bulgarian alphabet. I say alphabet because it's easier to understand, education and culture. The letters that you see in the box mean Ruse, Bulgaria. This is where we are from. I say we because there are 3 people from Ruse in this session, and the script which is used is the first Bulgarian alphabet known as the Glagolitic alphabet. In Bulgarian, it is called Glagolica. Let me tell you something about it. The word glagol means word. Glagolati means to speak. So it is also poetically called the Glagolitic alphabet, the symbols which speak. Can I have the next slide, please? The 2 people that you see in this picture are the holy brothers, Cyril and Methodius. They are the forefathers of the Bulgarian alphabet. They were the first people to come up with an alphabet to enabled the Bulgarians or the Bulgarian nation at that time to transcribe the Bulgarian spoken language. And an interesting detail is that in 1980, Pope John Paul II declared them as co-patron saints of Europe together with Benedict of Nursia. Next slide, please. So now you will hear the recording of the national school anthem, which is sung by everybody on the 24th of May. You have some of the Bulgarian text and also the translation in English. We can stop here. Okay, I'll tell you something about this school anthem. The lyrics to this song was written 128 years ago by the famous Bulgarian poet Stoyan Mikhailovsky. And I'm proud to say that this was written in Russe, in our city, where this person, Stoyan Mikhailovsky, was a teacher of French. Some years later, the Bulgarian composer Panayot Pipkov added the music, and ever since this song became the national school anthem. And if it wasn't the coronavirus situation in Bulgaria today, the whole country would be echoing this song. There is no Bulgarian who cannot sing this song. It's the anthem of every school. Next slide, please. Now, this is a very important slide. Do you know the English expression, the English idiom? It is all Greek to me. It means that something is difficult to understand. But this idiom meant exactly this in those days, in the 9th century, when all the church books and all the sermons in the churches were held in Greek. So ordinary people did not understand Greek, and obviously there was a problem. So the two brothers decided to deal with this. Of course, there was a political reason for that. It was the beginning of the spread of Christianity in Europe, and they needed a language in which to transcribe the religious books. Next slide, please. So what you see here is the first Bulgarian alphabet, the one that Saint Cyril came up with. It is called, like I said, the Glagolitsa or the Glagolitic alphabet. Now look carefully at it, because you'll see something interesting in a minute. The letters in the Glagolitic alphabet look more like symbols, and they may well remind you of some other alphabets. Next slide, please. Now, this is what we call the Cyrillic alphabet. You can see that the two alphabets look very different. Now, these are letters, and obviously much easier to understand and much easier to learn. And it is considered to be the second Bulgarian alphabet. It substituted the first one, the Glagolitsa, because it was easier to learn, easier to use. And for some time, though, the two alphabets were used concurrently at the same time, together. But at the beginning of the 11th century, the Cyrillic totally substituted the Glagolica because it was much easier, as I said before. So the next slide, please. Now, what is the Cyrillic, which is used by so many people today? It is believed to be a combination of 24 Greek. Some people claim that they are Thracian letters, which were invented by Orpheus, the famous singer Orpheus, and 12 Glagolitic letters, which reflected some very specific Bulgarian sounds, which other languages do not have. Next slide, please. Now you can see the two alphabets next to each other. The one is the Cyrillic alphabet and the other is the Glagolitic alphabet. You can see that one looks more like paintings, which is why it was difficult to learn, and the other looks much simpler and easier to understand, which is the Cyrillic. Next slide, please. And this is a table which shows you the Glagolitic script, the Glagolitic symbol, I would rather call it, the Latin equivalent, and the Bulgarian script, the modern Bulgarian script. Next slide, please. So now the three official languages, the three official alphabets of the European Union are the Latin alphabet, the Greek alphabet, and the Cyrillic alphabet as of 2007, when Bulgaria became a member of the European Union. Next slide, please. So some details about the Cyrillic alphabet. Until recently, it was used by 400 million people and in over 50 languages around the world. Why do I say until recently? Because after the perestroika, some former republics of the Soviet Union, like Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Turkmenistan, substituted the Cyrillic with the Latin alphabet. Now there are about 300 million people using it. But still there are 15% of the world population who are educated using the Cyrillic alphabet. And there are 15 million Bulgarian-speaking people around the world. Of these, 7 million live in Bulgaria, 3 million live in countries around Bulgaria, and 5 are dispersed around the world. So, next slide, please. Now, our ancestors celebrated the Day of the Bulgarian Script and Culture. They started celebrating it more than 200 years ago. It was back in 1803 for the first time, but the official date is the 11th of May, 1851. According to the new Gregorian calendar, this date falls on the 24th of May, which comes to explain why the Day of the Bulgarian Script and Culture is celebrated today, the 24th of May. And there is an interesting suggestion. By the way, it was put up by a team of researchers from a German university in Saarland and a Bulgarian team of researchers. So they suggest that the 24th of May should become Europe's Education Day. Like we have Europe Day on the 9th of May, the 24th of May should become Europe's Education Day. I want to say that until 1980, Bulgaria was the only country in Europe which celebrated this day. After the Pope proclaimed the Holy Brothers Cyril and Methodius as patron saints of Europe, more countries joined in the celebration. But in some countries, it is celebrated as a religious holiday, and in other countries it is more like a school holiday, as it is in Bulgaria and in neighboring Northern Macedonia, for example. And the key word for all of us here is education. And next slide, please. The most important question to me personally is why, and the answer is simple. It's because education. You can see 3 quotations by wise people who once said that education is the passport to the future. Education is not preparation for life, it is life itself. And the most important one is that education is a better safeguard of liberty than a standing army. And it was Edward Everett who once said this. Now I would like to finish by saying happy 24th of May to all of you who use the Cyrillic and who read it or understand it in one way or another. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Sevta. Thanks a lot also to Emilia Velikova, who helped to do the presentation. So, dear Sevta, happy 24th of May. I come from Russia, so for me it's also a holiday today. Thank you for reminding me. I think we learned a lot of interesting facts about and the difference between Glagolica and the Cyrillic script. I personally didn't really know it in so much detail. I think it was for us very, very, very nice to know. Simon, can you please show the Kodanek website? Because Emilia Velikova from Ruse, a colleague of Sevta, she wrote a very interesting article for our Kodanek website. So about the Glagolistic or Cyrillic script. It is available in English, Bulgarian, and German. So if it was hard for you to understand everything in English, you can read in more detail on the similar topic on the Kodanek website. For those who don't know, Kodanek stands for Connecting Danube Neighbors by Culture. It's a project of ILEU where we share our personal cultural treasures. So thanks a lot, Simon.
May I say something?
Yes.
400 million are speaking, are writing with this alphabet. It was Glagolica at the beginning, after that Kliment Ohridsky prepared. But I would like to remark that on this website, Kodanek, we put some information. And it is very important to put many interesting things for your countries. With Sevda, we have got, and with other colleagues from Russia, we have got many ideas, but no time to prepare. But really, this site is very useful to present your countries, to present your work or your organization. So do it because we are interested in your countries and you will be interested in our country, maybe. So welcome.
Dear Emily, I didn't see you that you're in. Thanks for coming and thanks for promoting Kodanek again. It's a very, very, very nice opportunity for all of us to share our culture and to show its diversity along the Danube. So we will come slowly to the next point of our program. We have here as a guest Valeria Farkas from Cluj-Napoca, and she will be, she and her friends will be performing a traditional Romanian work song, Anti Baren Shezatoare. I really hope I pronounced it semi-correctly, and Otilia will help to translate a bit. So I pass to Otilia and then to Valeria.
Ok. Doamna Valeria, așteptați un pic să vă prezint, da? Da. Ok, I said something in Romanian. Okay, so I will present a little bit this song and the person will sing it. Valeria Farkas, she's a member of the Senior Harmony Ensemble of the Day Center for Elderly, #1 in Cluj-Napoca in Romania. And she will sing a song and she will be accompanied by Vasile Popa. Vasile Popa is a teacher and he is actually the coordinator of the vocal group from this Senior Harmony Ensemble. And very interesting is that Valeria Farkas, she actually didn't sing before. So she started actually to sing on a stage when she got retired and when she got to the center. and she will sing a song. It's, yeah, a work song. Maybe it's not the best title for it, but this is a typical Romanian song which women sing usually when they meet, mostly in villages, so in the rural areas of Romania, and women meet and they do some handwork, something like knitting or sewing, these popular costumes you see in which they are wearing. And when these women meet, they always sing in order to have a nice time together. And this is one of the songs they usually sing. Yeah.
Când vii bade șezătoare, la 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 la, nu sta la ușă în picioare, la 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 la. Uită-te în casă de-a rândul, la 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 la, și te așează un țigândul, la 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 la. Uită-te în casă de-a rândul, te așează un țigândul, de țigândul în altă parte, la 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 la. Du-te bade mai departe, la 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 la. Că sunt multe șezători, măi, la 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 la, cu fete și cu feciori, măi, la 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 la. Că sunt multe șezători, cu fete și cu feciori, măi. Toarce furcă și tu fuz, măi, la 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 la. Că-o fost badea și s-o dus, măi, la 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 la. Dar eu știu că mâine seară, la 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 la, vine să mă vadă iară, la 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 la. Dar eu știu că mâine seară, la 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 la, vine să mă vadă iară, la 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 la.
Bravo! Bravo! Salutări din Timișoara!
Thanks a lot. It was such a beautiful song. It, you know, really makes you want to dance. So it was very, very nice. Thanks a lot.
My husband is my partner for dance.
I wish I was there and could dance with you. I think we all wish that. Thanks a lot for coming and for performing. It was very beautiful. So our next act is the presentation by Diana Azoitai from Ulm, Germany, about Constantin Brancusi. You probably heard this name. It's one of the most influential sculptors of the 20th century. Very, very famous artist from Romania. So please, Diana Azoitai. You muted?
I think now it should work.
Oh, great.
Thanks. Could you please put up the presentation? Yeah, so as Vicky just said, like my presentation is going to be about Constantin Brancusi. And I would like to present his principle of simplicity, as we will see in most of his works. So next slide, please. Here you can see the map of Romania and where he was born. It is a little town called Târgu Jiu. Constantin Brancusi also went to the art academy in the capital of the city, and then basically resumed his studies in Paris. He made friends with a lot of people. One of those friends was Auguste Rodin, and eventually he also died in France as a French citizen. And here at the bottom you can see a quote of his, which reads that simplicity is not the goal, but it is the way through which we can ascertain the true meaning of things. And we will see that later on in all of his works. In the next slide, you will be able to see how he got inspired. He got most of his inspiration out of prehistoric and African art, as you can see in these sculptures here. You can see they are very simple, they're very reduced, they're not really complex. And Brancusi was also very, let's say, intrigued by the basic element of the egg. Next slide, please. Yeah, so this is one of the most interesting, I would say, artistic works of his. It's the infinite column. It's this column that is about 30 meters high. It's in Târgu Jiu, and it is built in memory of the fallen Romanian soldiers of the First World War. And what personally intrigued me so much about this piece of art was that it was to be demolished during the communist era. However, this did not happen, thankfully. Nevertheless, it still belongs to one of the most endangered artistic works in the world. And as Romanian people, we're still very happy that it's still standing today. Next slide, please. I think, yeah, the next one is the Gate of Kisses. You can see this round-shaped element there is supposed to symbolize the kiss. It is quite a big sculpture, and you can see this element of the kiss being repeated on almost all surfaces and sides of the sculpture. And you also have like little benches on the sides of this work so that you can sit down and just admire it on a summer day if you wish. Next slide, please. So yeah, here you can see the bird in the room. You can see that it is quite an abstract representation of a bird. So you have here this slim and dynamic, let's say, animal that is, you know, reaching into the skies. And what Brancusi wanted to show with this piece of art was that he wanted to, you know, show this monument of freedom, that he wanted to establish this connection between life on earth and the eternal skies, and that mankind can only find freedom in the skies and not on the earth, basically. Next slide, please. Yeah, so here you can see the slumbering muse and this famous egg shape that I've been talking about. You can see that this elegant female is heavily reduced. You can mostly only see her nose and the mouth. The eyes are just, you know, hinted at, and the ears are not really always visible. Nevertheless, we can still see that it is a female that is being represented here. And the effect of the slumbering muse is that she symbolizes silence and tranquility, and she invites us to enter her dream world in a way. Next slide, please. Yeah, so here you can see another kiss motif where we have these two figures that are almost melting together in a block. We can still see clear structures such as, for example, the hands, even the eyes, or the mouth where they kiss. And I think it's quite nice that it symbolizes human closeness, especially during these times of Corona and everything. People wish to protect each other. You can see that these people are hugging each other as well, and that they don't want to let go of one another. And yeah, the last words that I would like to say is that most of these works that you've seen here are still in Romania. However, some of them have been transported now to an exhibition in Brussels in Belgium. And they're now exhibited there. However, probably it's not possible to see them now, but maybe later during the year you would be able to see these beautiful sculptures. So thank you very much.
Bravo, bravo, Diana.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. It was a very nice presentation. Someone once said the greatest ideas are the simplest. I think we can agree with that. Seeing this presentation of Constantin, I think Brancusi, right, is the right?
Brancusi, yeah, exactly.
Okay, in French, it's Brancusi. For sure, the French people actually, yeah, they will really recognize somehow, yeah, the sculpture, yeah, from, yeah, this Brancusi instead of Brancusi, yeah, but it's the same.
But in Romanian, it's Brancusi.
Yes,
exactly.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Simon, can you maybe also show the Kodanek website again? Because we already have a contribution. Exactly. Can you go a little bit up? So Diana already contributed to our website, and if you want to deepen your knowledge on Konstantin Brancusi, then go to our website Kodanek _EU and find this very interesting article. And if you want to participate in the project, then click on call for participation. Simon, you can click on call for participation up there. I also already forgot to mention that there were also many languages that you can read the article on, but then you will see if you click on it. So we want to also announce that we prolong the deadlines for our competitions. As you see here, to participate in the competition, you have to first make a contribution of the cultural treasure you have with the, so you have to describe the cultural treasure and also explain why you want to share it with others. And then you can participate either in creative writing competition, photo competition, video competition. And then you also see the flyers down there in your language. Many languages, exactly. So you will find more information there. So just so you know, we prolong the competitions till the 15th of June. So feel free to participate. Thanks a lot.
Bravo, bravo.
Thank you.
15th of June is good.
So now I will pass to Carmen, and she will introduce the last act of today's session.
I just would like to ask you, I think that exists such kind of organization for elderly in Romania with the name of this famous person.
Yes.
Yeah. You're completely right, and Aurel is one of the members. It's in Timișoara, Brancusi, Association Brancusi. So, dears, thank you, Vika, for giving me the word, and I will give it over to Siegbert. As you know, music is connecting us. Even if we have not a common language, music is an expression of life, of joy, sometimes also of other feelings. And it is good for health and for community to sing together and to have this feeling, not only the knowledge, but also the feeling of things. And so Siegbert proposed that we will sing together a little song. First, he will sing it and teach us in German, but after we have, it's very small, we have some translation in Romanian, in Serbian, and also in Bulgarian language, and we will try to sing it together. But we have some problems for singing together. You know, we tried it once some weeks ago. So perhaps for singing, we have to stop to mute the microphone and to sing for one's own. But we have always the singers, and the singers will introduce the text, and the singers will teach us how to pronounce. So up to Siegbert, and I'm really curious also, I'm myself, how it will function.
Wonderful. Thank you for your introduction. Let us sing an easy song, a canon. What is a canon? You can say, what is a canon? This is a canon. One group begins and the other group begins later. Ja? Was ist ein Kanon? Das ist ein Kanon. Eine Gruppe, die fängt an, die anderen sind später dran. Now you can hear the melody and then you can hear us singing with a part of my family.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Und Alle fangt an, alle fangt an, jeder singe so wie kann. Alle fangt an, alle fangt an, jeder singe so wie kann. Alle fangt an, alle fangt an, jeder singe wie kann. Alle fangt an, alle fangt an, jeder singe so wie kann. Alle fangt an, alle fangt an, jeder singe. Okay.
Ah, that's fine. And Simon, can you show us the text in German so that the others can see it?
This short text can changed in another song named Wir gratulieren. We gratulate. Yes.
Ah, you like to sing it in? Okay.
Und wir gratulieren und wir wünschen allzeit viel Glück. 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 Thank you.
So, thank you to all of you. It was nice. But I think you animate us to sing together in German, not as a canon. This is too difficult. But yes. the text. Simon, can you show us the text once more, please? The German text.
Yes.
Yes. It's very simple, and I hope you will hear and then you will repeat. Alle fangt an. Alle fangt an. Jeder singe, so wie es kann. And now up to you. Alle fangt an. Alle fangt an. Jeder singe, so wie kann. It's difficult German, huh? Once more. Alle fangt an. Alle fangt an. Jeder singe, so wie es kann. So, vielleicht, Siegbert, kannst du noch mal einstimmen und Simon, gibst dem Siegbert das Bild?
Ja. Alles fangen kann. Very easy.
So.
Alle fangen an.
Alles fangen an. Jeder
singe, so wie
es kann. Alle fangen an.
Alle fangen an. Jeder
singe, so wie es kann. So, you have to train, and next time when we meet us, you will sing it and you will sing wonderful. But now we go over to the other languages. And so we will ask our Romanian colleagues and friends how to pronounce. It's so difficult for us. Ottilia, can you pronounce it but slowly, very slowly?
Oh, slowly, okay.
Yes, slowly.
Okay. Toată lumea începe. Toată lumea începe fiecare să cânte așa cum poate.
Oh, that's nice but difficult. And so I will ask another person to repeat. Perhaps Roxana, you can read it?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Toată lumea începe, fiecare să cânte așa cum poate.
Ah, thanks. Oh, it was quicker. So we will try it, but slowly. Who will give us a help? Slowly. Acea lumea începe. Right? Acea lumea începe. Fiecare să cânte așa cum poate. Ah, once more.
Great.
Toată lumea începe.
Toată lumea începe. Fiecare să cânte așa cum poate.
Oh, and now I think you try to sing it, because for us it's difficult. First we have to hear. Who can try it?
Oh, with melody.
Toată lumea începe, toată lumea începe, fiecare să cânte.
Da, 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 da. Ah, well, once more. But it was fine.
Toată lumea începe, toată lumea începe, fiecare să cânte cum poate.
Ah, thank you. So we will learn it, and next time we can sing it in Romanian, I think. And now we will go over to Bulgarian. How to pronounce this?
Всички запяват. There is a mistake. Всички.
We don't know it.
Всички запяват. Всички запяват. Всички запяват. Кой както може.
First reading, because it's so difficult for us. It's very slow. How to...
Okay, there is no mistake, but there is a letter missing. That's why she thinks there is a mistake. Yes.
Okay. And Sefta, can you pronounce it slowly for us?
Запяват, но появат.
Не започват. Всички започват. Meaning
no, once more, please.
Okay. Всички започват.
All.
Започват. Всички започват. Meaning alle fangt an. Okay? So this is the meaning. Всички means everybody, all. So всички започват. Beginnen. Започват means begin. Okay, then it is repeated. Всички започват. And then the third line says, where is the Bulgarian? Всички пеят. Everybody sings. Всички пеят. Пеят means singing. Всички пеят. And the last line is кой както може.
Кой както може.
Както може. Everybody sings and he or she can.
And you can sing it?
No.
and Jordan or another one. So we will learn, you will learn for the next meeting, okay? To sing it, and we will learn it also, but it seems, really difficult to pronounce well. But now we have another language, it's the Serbian. And Tomislav, you are here? Tomislav, you are here? Or Dejan?
Yes, I'm here.
Give us the help, how to pronounce it in Serbian.
Okay. Svi počinju, svi pevaju, koliko može.
We will repeat. Svi počinju.
Yes.
Svi počinju.
Yes.
Svi pevaju.
Yes.
And then?
Koliko može.
Koliko može.
Može.
So, and now we have another one, Hungarian, and it's Ildikó. She will read it in Hungarian.
Jawohl, hört mich. Also, kezdjük most el. Én is, mi is énekeljünk. Noch einmal.
Ja.
Also, kezdjük most el. Én is, mi is énekeljünk. Das ist ein bisschen verkehrt, Entschuldigung, ist ein bisschen verkehrt, also singen kommt zum Schluss hier, dieser letzte Satz, énekeljünk bedeutet singen.
Und Simon, wir haben das ja auch in Ungarisch als Ton, hast du es zufällig bereit?
Ja, warte.
So we can hear it also in Hungarian.
I hope you hear it.
Kezdjük most el, én és mi is énekeljünk. Kezdjük most el,
én és mi is. It is easy, very easy. The Hungarian is the most beautiful.
And the most difficult. I think Serbian is very easy.
It's easier than Bulgarian. So we heard it in different languages. We have also a translation in English. Once more in English, Simon, if it's possible. Let us begin. Everybody sings as he can or as she can. So you see, this is a very nice melody Siegbert presented to us, Siegbert and his family. Many thanks once more. And you learned also that you can make text on this melody, very simple texts. And so we will collect simple texts about us in all languages. And when we will meet in virtual way, or also when we will meet in Ulm or in Ruse or in Belgrade or in Timisoara or in Cluj or in Galat or I don't know, everywhere, we can sing together in different languages one common song, and we will learn others, I think. So, Siegbert, many thanks. You have a commentary?
Thank you.
Siegbert, möchtest du noch was sagen?
Hey, danke, vielen Dank. Es hat Spaß gemacht.
It was a starter for singing together, and I think singing is really connecting us, and it makes fun, and it's good for all of us. And we can also widespread singing and songs and texts. So for this time, thank you for coming. It was a very nice session with very inspiring and informating contents, and we learned a lot, but we had also a lot of fun. And so to all actors coming from, it was from Timisoara, coming from Mexico, coming from Versailles, coming from Ruse, coming from Cluj-Napoca, coming from Ulm, and coming from Wangen. A lot of thanks to all of you for giving us pleasure and instruction And for all of you, a lot of thanks for coming, for joining this session, and to meet friends and to get also new friends. Thanks to Victoria, and thanks also to Simon for helping us to have this nice session. And we will meet us again in 2 weeks. Next week, it's Pentecost, Pfingsten in German, Pentecost, I don't know in your language. And so we will make a break, but in 2 weeks we will meet again and we will have very nice other presentations, songs and music. And so you are invited to join us, but also you are invited to reflect what you can bring in, or if you know someone who is a singer or she's a singer or a good, I don't know, musicians or something, let him know what we are doing and let him or her joining us. And so in the time we will have more and more interesting information and more good feelings for the different cultures we have and also between us. Thank you for coming and see you next time in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.